Alright, hello everybody. We're gonna roll dice here. Just been practicing and using Bone Tracker and practicing a new dice set. One of my friends out there in Vegas, Rich, is a VDC. He's got his own channel, so go visit him. Just exploring the dice set, using the same on par toss, seeing what kind of numbers have been rolling. So I'm about let's say 190 rolls in. I'm looking at it right now. 194 rolls in. I'm at a 7.19 SRR. About 13% primary on-face hits, and 53% single pitch hits. And then it trickles down from there. 11% on both die off axis. So just doing the regular on par toss, and I'm going to keep tracking these tosses and take a look to see where I'm at. It's a hard 6, 3-3. So we got the blue die on the left, red die on the right. That was a 3-3. So I'll go ahead and track that. And according to that 3-3, that was a secondary hit. A single pitch hit. So again, the count I'll go through in a moment, but right now I'm at 7.22 SRR. It's dice set, so it's a 1-4-4-5. Dice out. All right, 4-1-5. 4-1-5. That was a right die off axis. And I fairly, have a tendency to shoot fairly quickly. I don't take a lot of time setting up my grip or the dice set. I have that down, so it's done fairly quickly. 4-6-10. 4-6-10. Dice out. Hard 8. Hard 8. Dice out. That was an okay toss. Aces in both places. Aces in both places. So that is right die off axis. Still at 7.37 SRR. Not great, not bad. It depends on your strategy as well. And you might think, I do have an end goal. Like whenever I do these practices, I do 30-something rolls. It's 36 or 32 for each break. Then I take a look at the numbers and then assess what's working, what's not, what's coming up. Ooh, that one popped up. Hard 4. All of a sudden, I'm getting a lot of hard ones. Hard 4. 2-2. That is left die off axis. So I'm at 200 tosses at this time. I mean, that's minimal. That's a third of where I want to be. I'll be satisfied with 800 tosses, and if I'm not there in regards to acquiring the chi for probable control dice or achieving that, then you might want to rethink how you're tossing, or just skip it all together and say the toss is a wash. And it's not working at all. So at this point, I'm above 7, so I'm okay. If I start dipping below and it stays that, then you might want to move on to another dice set and practice another one that's been working for you. Other than that, I don't like to do a lot of talking when I'm tossing, just to make sure that I'm concentrating on what I'm doing. 5-4. 5-4. Left die off axis. So that's one thing I've noticed I'm pretty consistent on either the right die exploding or imploding once, or the left die imploding once, or the left die imploding once. So, I mean, I know that's a big variation, but you know, that's just what I've noticed. It just happens. Sometimes it happens on both die. Sometimes it happens on just the left, maybe just on just the right, but it's always that one rollover on the dice. That was horrible. Yep, 435, 437. 437. So that was a single pitch hit, 4-3. That brings me down to 7.2 on my SRR. So we'll just keep going because we have 14 more tosses until 36. And then we'll take a look at the ratios. And then I'll keep going until I hit 700 or 800 rolls. And that's generally what I do, and I'm trying to practice because that's about 80% of my practice at this time. I'm not trying to perfect the toss and always being on access and everything being lined up. That was a 3-2-5. I don't always expect that, so I think that 80% is the toss and being more consistent on your landing spot, your grip, mechanics, and then the other 20% is now you can incorporate, whatever strategy you want, because now you know that consistently you're hitting a 7 to 8 SRR. You can count on at least 6 or 7 tosses before that big red comes out. 3-2-5 is going to be on axis, both on primary face hits. That was a primary face hit. Dice out. Oh, okay. Yeah. One of those dice spun on its side, so it was not flat and even with the table. And that was a 6-1. Hey, George. Thanks for showing up, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah, just sitting here practicing and trying to get this dice set down to see if it's a go or no-go on my next trip, because I need to find a little bit more consistency on my dice sets because they're always a little wishy-washy, but after I'm done doing about 800 tosses on this 1-4-4-5 set, I'll be able to have a good idea of what that's going to look like in the long term. So, 6-1-7, so that was a right die off axis. And we'll keep going. Now when I'm done with this set, I'll actually throw in my low roller don't come strategy. It's a variation of the $75 don't come. It's just a $50 don't come. It's a 2-3-5. 2-3-5. And that is a left day off axis. So you might be thinking, well, what are you doing to correct your dice from pitching left or right, double pitching? I'm working on that. It's definitely the grip that I need to be more consistent with and where it's being positioned. As you can see here, I have the 3-finger grip, and it's pretty consistent at this point. It's just, I think my pointer finger is either off a little bit or too far down or too far up, and that throws off one of the dice, which makes them not being on par traveling down the actual table. So just got to be good. And I can tell when it's good, so you know what I mean. That is a 3-4-7. The 3-4-7 is indicative of a single pitch hit. So I'm about 30% at 200 tosses for that single pitch hit, which is not good when it comes up with that combination because that's a 7. So we got 10 more tosses, then we'll throw on our strategy. Hard 4. Hard 4. There's a left die off axis. Dice out. They separated a lot there. That was a 549. 549. Left die off axis. And as a side note, these are the actual like used dice. They're not completely rounded on the edges. They're all right, but these are the dice that they use at my local casino. And that is a. Oops, that one rolled. 2, 3, 5. Got 7 more tosses. Try to put my fingers a little lower on the back of the dice. Oh, hit each other. 2, 3, 5. 2, 3. That dice out. That was short. 2, 1, 3. 2, 1, 3 on a short roll. And those are both die off axis. No bueno. Alright, and we got 5 more tosses. Aces in both places. Oops, one rolled. Darn. Yeah, it was aces. Yeah. Aces. So that is right die off axis. Alright, and 4 more tosses. Just reposition myself. 4, 2, 6. 2 is double pitch hit. I've got 8% out of 214 tosses. A double pitch hit. Dice out. Hard 8. Hard 8. And 4, 4 is a single pitch hit. I'm at 26.9% out of 215 tosses. One may think it is tedious doing this and trying to get 18 rolls, and it is, but I don't do it all in one day. I have a specific regiment, if you will. Ooh, 167. 1-6. Specific regimen. Come in, stretch after woken up completely and had a cup of coffee. Not hungover. Come in here and then stretch for a little bit, listen to some music, start stretching the motion and kind of get some consistency in the actual swing, the speed, velocity, angle, and then of course landing spot that I'm trying to hit. And before I even start throwing the dice, I mimic the movement that I need to do that is consisting of all those elements that I just mentioned. Once I feel pretty good, I feel warmed up, then that's when I'll go ahead and introduce the dice. And I'll just do the dice set, and then I'll start tossing. I don't try to do it as quickly as possible, but I try to be, I have a good speed at which I'm doing it. So I don't like take a 10-minute break in between each roll. I try to do it over and over and over, not as quickly as possible, but in a good pace. After I'm done doing that and I'm satisfied with that, then I'll incorporate the rolls into the bone tracker for whatever set I feel like doing that day, and I'll just continue off from where I last left off, and then do 36 rolls, stop, take a look at the numbers, and at that point, I'll go ahead. Oh, that last one was a heartache, by the way. I didn't even say that, heartache. This one is going to be 325. That is a primary face hit. That puts me up above, a little bit above 7.03. And I need, actually that was the last toss. So we'll take a look at the numbers. And we're at approximately 218 tosses, 7.03, which is not great, but it's consistent with what I've done in the past. Both die on axis 48% of the time. And primary hits is 12, so not too terrible. I'll take a look at the other stats in a moment. But one thing I did want to take a look now is the roll lengths. So we have a low mount. You want to see higher amounts here on obviously the 10 plus. So I have 1, 1, 2, 1, 2 on 10 and above rolls. And then of course those numbers get higher, 2, 4, 5 on the shorter rolls, which is nothing too spectacular, but still, at least I know I can, on average, throw about 6 times without throwing an actual red. So I'll do that now and incorporate what I've been kind of practicing with that same dice set. That $300, the strategy I'm going to use is going to be a $10 minimum table. And then I'll go, I'm not going to do the actual $25 don't come. Not with the way I've been tossing this set. What I'm thinking is 5 hits and down. So I want to get up there in my place bets and get them as high as I want to, so I could do the hit and run. I'm not here to stay and make friends with the dealers. I'm here to win some money. So I'll do that, and I'm gonna go ahead and come out, and that is a Yo 11. I'll take Yo 11s all day when I'm on the pass line. So that's $10. And I almost forgot, but I want to do a $2 C to cover that pass line in case I get a midnight or a ace deuces or aces. 4, 4, 5. So all we're trying to do right now at this point is establish a point, throw 4 or 5 rolls, get in and get out. And then that is a 4-1-5. Point will be 5. So then I'm going to think about this, and we'll go 25, and then we'll do 60 on the 6 and 8, 50 on the 9, 25 on the 10. And of course we need $10 here, so 60. So that's 100, 200, and $20 across. Not including. Pass line is just going to stay there. I don't need a field bet. I don't need anything else. I'm just kind of going to try to get a couple of hits here. That's roll number 2. This would be roll number 3. And that's one thing I always forget to do is mark up my points. I'll put $1 on the Yo, $1 on the 5. And we'll roll. Dice out. Hard 6. Hard 6. So we get paid 70. You have the option to press if you want. Me, I'm looking for, that was number 3. I'm looking for 2 more hits. Dice out. Ace deuce. That doesn't help us or hurt us. Ace deuce. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Remember, we can do an average of 7. You don't want to push it after that, or I don't like to push it after that because that becomes my nemesis. Dice out. Hard 4. That's a good hit. Hard 4. And that pays us 50 for 1. There's that first hit there. And that's 3, 4, 5. One more, and I'll be happy. Don't ever psych yourself out either. Just play like you practice. Dice out. 4, 2, 6. All right, that's a good hit. I'm happy with that. Because in turn, what that means is that I have just won that right there. At this point, we can just go ahead and digress. You can go minimum inside. Can't take your pass line bet off though. We'll do change. There we go, minimum. Alright. Dice out, let's see how far we can take this. I should have been recording this on my bone tracker, but I totally forgot. I don't like to concentrate on too many things. I mean, toss is very important. So the money, you're not the dealer. Well, you're at the casino, so that doesn't matter. Dice out. Well, right time to die. See, I told you. Right time to freaking go to minimum. So 5, 2, 7. So we lost. Was out here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 4, 64 on the pass, $10 on the pass line, so $64 down, which sucks, but, and that was a 6 before that 7, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits, and that's about the average. That's why you gotta be paying attention to how many rolls you've done. So we started with 300. So there's the 300. We got 50. So 50 and 50 is 100. So that's 400. 25, 30, 38. So that's a profit. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bone and roll dice out.